What's going on, everybody? So today I'm going to talk about the new, and I believe it's their debut full-length album. The band is called Crystal Gates, and the name of this album, ooh, it's a doozy, but I dig it. It's called Torment and Wonder, The Ways of the Lonely Ones. Very cool, very storybook kind of sounding, really, really neat. But anywho, y'all know it. You all know it by now. Before I get into that nitty gritty, let's check out the cover. So, oop, there it is. Take a look at that. I love this cover. I love it. It just looks so cool. The way that it's got Crystal Gates up there, the way that the logo for the band title is designed, it looks really, really cool. It kind of reminds me of like, those old school fantasy movies like Dark Crystal or the legendary movie Labyrinth with David Bowie. It kind of reminds me of that's the kind of vibes that I get. So I dig that, and the cover even itself really is kind of reminiscent of those kind of fantasy worlds. I just love it. It looks like there's like a castle kind of up there with a bridge, and it's kind of overgrown with vines and leaves. But on the other side, the one side's like very green and full of life, and the other side looks more, devoid of life. It's darker. It looks like there's, I don't know if that's like fog or mist kind of coming through, and the moon up there kind of glowing through the clouds. Just that really neat dichotomy. I don't know if that's the right word, between the two sides. But it's really, really neat. I wonder now, actually, that I'm thinking about it, if that kind of represents the torment and the wonder. On the one side, you have the wonder, the beautiful, lush life kind of growing over there. And on the other side, you have the torment, the darker, more lacking the life, lacking the like optimism, the positive feelings. So yeah, really, really cool. I love this cover a lot. And then, as I like to say, if you're flipping through the CD shop or record shop, first of all, this cover is going to catch your eye without a doubt. You can be like, whoa, that looks cool. I mean, it really stands out. But, if you were to look at it, does it give you an idea of what the music sounds like, of what the album actually sounds like? So you're not fooled, you don't get home thinking one thing and you put it on and it's like, what? This doesn't sound like what the cover conveyed. No, this cover conveys very well what you're going to get here. And what you're going to get is some epic symphonic power metal. Yes, I did say power metal. For anyone who's been following my channel, I did a reaction to the song Moonshine Sorrow, which is a little bit more on the symphonic metal side. No, this band is much more in the symphonic power metal vein. And I think this cover, without a doubt, you would not be disappointed if you got home. It conveys the music very, very well. So A plus on both fronts for the cover. But now let's talk about the album itself. This bad boy's got 10 songs on there. It comes in at about 51 minutes. And as I said, this is full-on symphonic power metal. Like I said, don't be fooled by Moonshine and Sorrow. Um, I'll talk about it a little bit later, but I think they did a really, really great job with the two singles they released. I believe they released a third single about a week ago, which also was a good choice. But their first two singles, excellent job with Moonshine and Sorrow, and then the other single they released was My Glorious Fall, which both singles together that gives you the best idea of what the album holds, because Moonshine and Sorrow is more on the symphonic metal side, I would say. But My Glorious Fall, I was surprised. After Moonshine and Sorrow, I went and listened to My Glorious Fall, and I was like, whoa, this is some definite symphonic power metal. You definitely get those vibes there. So just excellent, excellent choices on the singles. Anywho, yeah, that's what you're gonna get. Just some strong symphonic power metal. And when I say symphonic, I mean the symphonic elements are just expertly uh, crafted, composed, arranged, and utilized. It gives this larger than life, epic scale. Really, I feel like, sometimes the guitar in a symphonic or a power metal album, sometimes the guitar is kind of the lifeline, what really kind of propels the songs forward. But in this case, on this album with this band, I feel like it's the symphonic elements that take the forefront. The like the orchestra, the symphonies, the strings, the brass, everything that they got going on. I feel like really is what pushes the songs forward, is what really is the soul of the songs, and what really is what gives them life, and is what carries you through the album. And the guitar is there more of as like the flavor, but it's very prominent. Don't get me wrong. It's not like it's non-existent. No, the guitar is there. You hear it, and it's ripping, it's shredding. But I really feel like it's the symphonic elements that carry you through this, because it gives it a very fantastical feel, heavy doses of like a fantasy journey type of deal, and you're kind of just swept away throughout. Quite magical, the way that they crafted this, and again, it just has that larger than life, epic scale and scope to it that you're just really wow blown away by. So yeah, just the symphonic elements just arranged and composed expertly. It sounds epic. Everything's used in all the right places, and yeah, it just carries you away. It just really, really carries you away. Excellent. The guitar work also excellent. When the more like heavy, the power metal heavy moments, the guitar is really got a nice speedy riff that also brings energy, I would say, to the songs. And also helps with that upward momentum of bringing like this larger than life scale. Really kind of drives the momentum forward and upwards. And you get some really solid, like I said, just riffs and melodies in there with the guitar. So really solid job there. Um, and everything else. Oh, and the drums. Actually, I really want to mention as well. The bass work is also really, really well done. You can hear it chugging along in the background, and really just adding that extra little pulse, behind everything. But the drum work, is one thing I really, really noticed was really well done here. Just really, really tight drum work. A lot of fast, like double kick moments, a lot of speedy beats and rhythms that are going, because there's a lot going on here, in a lot of these songs. And the drum is just really, really, racing along with it, keeping that beat, keeping that momentum throughout. And of course, in the softer moments, it's got just a really nice feel, a strong feel. I feel, this album was mixed very well. That's another thing I want to say. It was mixed very, very well, because everything can be heard very clean, even though there's just this large, epic sound happening that you're just kind of enveloped in. You can hear everything very distinctly, and I feel like the drums were pumped up a smidge, which I really appreciated, because you can really hear them kind of thundering along in the more grandiose moments. So really, really well done job on the mix. But yeah, so that's really what you're gonna get. You're gonna get your speedy, kind of quick momentum, epic power metal moments, and then you're also gonna get some songs that are more on the lean, more a little bit more on the symphonic metal side, with just creating more of this like atmosphere and this melody. Not quite as quick or up tempo as some of the others, and just again a little bit leaning more on it. But as a whole, This is symphonic power metal. Do not be fooled. So vocals, oh man, she's got such a fantastic voice, such a range because again, you get these two different kind of styles that form this symphonic power metal where there's moments where she's really the music's moving, the lyrical melody is quick paced. She's singing along and just keeping with that melody and just strong voice, just kind of rising to the stars. And then you have the more symphonic songs where she has somewhat of an operatic vocal style that she'll throw in there from time to time that really, oh man, it just adds to the mood, adds to the atmosphere, adds to the magical elements that they're creating there with the songs. So she's got such a versatility, such a range. It's truly something. The way that she can sing the more power metal heavy songs that are quite speedy, quite like I said, up tempo. Um, they're constantly just rising, but then when it's taken down a little bit and just creating more of like that symphonic metal style with the atmosphere and just the mood, and singing that and singing softer at times and then throwing in the operatic, just truly spectacular. Everything, the musicianship, and vocals here are just top notch. It starts out with the song called "The Ways of the Lonely Ones." It's about a minute. It's just like the intro track. You kind of hear some like waves crashing at times and a little bit of a like a whimsical tune kind of playing, and then this fella kind of in a speaking tone, almost again like in a storybook kind of style, delivering some lines to kind of just give an intro into the album. And again, it really is as if you're opening a fantasy book that is just kind of coming to life, and that is what's conveyed there in that little intro song. And then boom, track two, My Glorious Fall, just takes off. Oh, and it just sweeps you away with again the symphonic elements. They're just sweeping and epic, and it just carries you away. And this one, it just hits you and you hit the ground running. Love this song so much. Track three, Alive for the Journey, which I believe was the single they released about a week ago, follows in a similar suit to My Glorious Fall, definitely more on the power metal side, but the symphonic elements that are just, oh man, just incredible. And then from there, it kind of drops down a little bit, drifts a little bit more into the symphonic metal side with A Lonely Dreamer's Wish, and then The Star's Temple is about 7 minutes long. What an epic symphonic metal with power metal elements song that is. This one is um, very magical, very epic in scale and in scope. And there's some cool elements in there with the symphony that give this one a little bit more of a different vibe. Like you would imagine, like a temple or like a Mayan type of deal. With the name the Stars Temple, you definitely get that feeling that perhaps you're exploring this ancient temple or something like that. So again, just beautiful work with the musicianship and the symphonic elements, just stunning. Track six, you get Moonshine Sorrow, which is it's can't fully say a ballad. It's close to a ballad, I would say, and this is one of the more symphonic metal heavy songs where you get some operatic vocals, and this was the one that just blew me away. The first song I ever heard by the band, and I had to hear more immediately after that. Beautiful, incredible song. Um, you get Winter Ghost, Nightmares, track 9, Soul of Rain is another just beautiful melody. This one really just catches your attention and hooks you again with the melody, just incredible. Like I said, there's beautiful just melodies throughout. This one though really caught my attention, in the latter half that just, it's just beautiful. Like I said, the melody. And then track 10, the beast of the album called Torment and Wonder clocks in at 12 minutes, and it is just an epic. It is what you would expect as the culmination of this album, and especially when you see it's a 12-minute bad boy. You have big expectations, and it delivers on all fronts. It is just epic in scope and scale, and it has various movements throughout this 12-minute epic, and various moments, dips, and then lows, and then highs, and then grand set pieces, and then more somber moments to breathe, and but it just is just epic in scale, and it just, oh man, it just, when you think it can't be any more grand or bombastic or full or epic, it just hits you with even more, just more, what can I say, bombast, you know what I mean? It just epic, and if befitting, of a final track, and fully utilizes the 12-minute runtime to just give you this journey that is just incredible. So yeah, and that rounds it out very, very well. It closes it out. Just a really well done, really well arranged album. All the songs feel like they're chapters. They're part of this journey, this storybook, if you will, that you're kind of being taken through. And yeah, just excellent symphonic power metal. I'm beyond impressed with these folks here. If you're a fan of symphonic metal, if you're a fan of power metal, fantasy metal, any of that, or all the above, this is one you do not want to miss. These folks aren't messing around. And like I said, I believe this is their debut full-length album. Incredible. I enjoyed the heck out of it. And yeah, just top-notch stuff. So those are my thoughts on this bad boy here. As I always say, if you were to give the album one chance, and you're like, Ranger, tell me one song to listen to for me to decide if I want to hear the whole album. That's tough. That's tough. Ultimately, I would say go with track 2, My Glorious Fall. I feel like that contains all of the elements of the album, kind of in the one song, and conveys to you best of what you can expect. But I would say it's best if you listen to My Glorious Fall and Moonshine and Sorrow. I feel like the two of those especially really gives you the best idea. But if you're just gonna pick one, I'd say go with My Glorious Fall. But either of the 3 singles will do. Like I said, phenomenal job choosing the singles for this album. They're all perfect, and I feel like convey what to expect on the album very, very well. So you can honestly go with any of the singles that were released, but my personal recommendation, check out My Glorious Fall. That's what I got for you. Let me know in the comments down below if you listened to this bad boy yet. What did you think of it? Let's talk about it in the comments down below. If you haven't listened to it yet, what's holding you back? Let's talk about it also in the comments down below. Just give me your thoughts. Love to hear what you guys are thinking. And thanks for tuning in. Catch you all next time. Ranger, out.